What's up? It's your boy. It's Monday. Finally made it over the weekend. Hormuz opened and world peace has existed since Saturday. Psych. Big psych. The oil trade. The oil war premium is reaffirmed. What we got here? Brent. Chilling. Just straight consolidating. Up 6% on the week and on the Rand supply fears. If we look at XLE, it's leading the tape. We've been on this for a minute. Made a couple trades on this. Bought on the pullback. Had a former invalidation line at 59.02, but so far so good. The only thing that would turn this negative on us would be the we wake up and Hormuz is open and all that. So right now we're in it. We are in ITA as well, so that's just further consolidating. And then gold is just doing its thing, which is interesting because it was doing its thing while the TLT was bid up a touch. So what we're kind of seeing there is TLT was up, gold was up, so we're not really seeing or what was it here? TLT was down slightly, gold was up, so it rose with the long yields rising, TLT down. And if you brush off your ninth grade economics class in public school after they taught you how to balance your checkbook, they probably taught you that a textbook gold trade wants the real yields to fall when gold climbs into rising yields. And some sort of cross asset, a combination, right? Gold's up, bonds down. That would rule out any roll rates down and rules in an inflation protection one. So we're looking for a falsifier here. We had gold, we have this like little cash zone here at 39.2. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'm not trying to chase this. We do have lowering volume on this, so it's technically like a pullback essentially. Twitter was wild over weekend. People calling crazy numbers. I definitely do miss the gold short seller tweets. Those were so cute. I don't see those as much anymore. So that's definitely something to think about. Risk on was Friday. Pre-market's mixed. Trying to digest everything. KRE is up a touch. We're seeing the flipping on SMH. Gold's just continuing. XLP is flipping on thin volume. XLK as well. And let's see here. Cyclicals leading on the prior close, but carried by XLE alone. So that's really interesting detail there that only SignalDeck will give you. Cyclicals led, but it was carried by XLE, so it was narrow. It was not a broad risk appetite. If we look at the deep dive market review, right, reflation, risk on, low confidence. The tip was up touch. Roll rates are up, weak. Volatility is moderate. No one's scared. The dollar's weak, and oil is strong. So if we look at the gold structural bid, it's up a little bit, and we see that the classic real yield link is not what's driving this. Favored across the board: XLE, XLK, XLB, XLF, which we've been seeing XLF favored for a minute because that was a SignalDeck strategy that keyed off a long time ago. We were still in that, so we'll look at that in a minute. And just the narrative on the actual narrative is roll rates up, weak, dollar down, weak. So pretty interesting. We don't have anything really going on today. We're all just kind of waiting around for Jackson Hole, apparently. Let's look at our trades and see what's going on. IHI down pre-market on high volume. Not looking too good there. What was this? Basically a gap fill. Okay. We're going to keep the stop as is. It's just underneath the 20-day. Okay. RVMD is a consolidator. We were hoping that was going to hit price target Friday because it just looks like it's further consolidating, but we're seeing lower volume as it goes down into this pullback, so I'm happy with that. With a hammer, and it's up pre-market. And I say hammer, that's not technically what it is in this formation, but it just works for me. Okay. IEFA, just kind of hanging out on further consolidation there. ANF. What's going on with this guy? Well, stop loss remains. I'm assuming this is going to be a gap fill. I think it's just trying to knock people out. We'll see what happens. Okay, FSLY up. What are we up on this? Unrealized 19%. Absolutely goofy. Low volume indecisive candle. I'm going to, it's like I want to move that to break even, but I do see that coming back down potentially. I'm gonna move it up just to the 20-day. Okay. Path is up 12%. Pre-market right where it's closed. That's flat. That's a lower volume shakeout, I think. BAC, we're just riding the XLF rise here. Pre-market down a touch. Do need to start thinking of moving this up, so I'm gonna move this up just a slight touch there. And that's just lower volume. Eco, we were up on this, and it just gave it back to me. Wow, hit that 20-day. Wow. And then it's up pre-market. That's crazy. Wow, testing for support there. That's cool. Okay. Higher but lower volume. Press, testing 20-day, up pre-market, above, stop loss remains. This will be interesting to see where that goes. And then EUFN. Just hanging out. Lower volume. IQLT. All right, pre-market again is above our target. This did this Friday. lower volume, extremely lower volume, rising up into did this Friday, and then it opened, came back down to the consolidation. Eyeballs on this guy for price target. We're moving stop loss. Stop loss remains. Where are we at on that? So the target was 52. We're at 52.18. The stop is at the previous. So if we hold this above pre-market, price holds at pre-market prices. Move stop loss to second price target. I need to make a note of that. Okay. EPOL. If you know, you know. Pre-market down a touch, low volume yesterday. Okay. Pre-market right within that range. Surplus remains. We're at money on that. So we good to go. Man, just low volume. Pulling back here. The 20-day is kind of turning over though. Let's move this up just a touch there. We moved that up Friday too, but this is not really going the way I was hoping. So we did break out of this range here. This was before I waited for better confirmation. All right, so good deal. Let's look at the runs this morning. See what's going on, and then we'll look at some charts. Leadership, RTX again showing up. Just further consolidating. And then NOV. I don't like that. Let's see. PSA, bull flag. Oh, this is sell signal. Gold, BKR. Bigger hues on a bull flag breakout. Interesting. We had an alert this morning on. Gotcha. Interesting. Back in that range. Okay. I don't know what on the signals this morning. Let's go and see what's going on in the Borg. Nice. So let's see, for the last week on the Borg, it beat the SPY, kind of tracked it a little bit. The Borg profit factor is 2.6 last week with a 58.7% combined win rate. 27 R multiple. Very cool. Very cool. And the gimme is just rocking at a 7.5. That's really cool. Okay. Let's go through some charts and see what we're looking at here. Novo's looking like garbage. Walmart and Costco are just consolidating together. NVIDIA. Okay. Geo's further consolidating around that May high. Earnings did come out, so I'm anticipating a breakout on that. ANF hit that 20-day and slam back up. That's hilarious. Johnson and ICE. Okay. Let me see here. We had a signal come off on what was it? I forget. I did want to looking at the SPY. I'm going to target this 800 level. And I might buy on pullback today. And then I want to see if there's anything I can get into on DAX, because that's looking pretty sweet. Just rolling over on low volume there. Targeting 2830 or so. 28,630. That would definitely be a weekly play though. But we're looking at that. And then let's see. LB. I had a signal for LB, but I just don't like it being so close to that range. So I'm going to pass on that. And then IXG. So let's look at XLF, because we've been in XLF for a minute. XLF is just further consolidating at this high. And if you look at KRE, it's the same story. Now, if you back up, KRE is really just underneath that January of 2022 level. So if I see this decisively break above that, we're going to go long absolutely all day on that. I'm not going to question that. Okay. Had a few other stuff there. Let's go through what we posted on X, because there's a couple things. Let's see. KRE, oil premium. Oh, FSS. This is definitely my kind of setup. Just further rectangle accumulation action here. Putting that order above, 134 with some wiggle room. I don't think there's a, this is like blue sky after that range. I like that. Definitely would. And then I got to call the AUUSD. I'm just giving out just free alpha all day on this thing. We watched it get closer to June 17th level. We got in, I think, on the pullback. Hit that June 17th. I like looking at it on the 4-hour. We called that on the 11th, and then now this morning. If we can see it decisively clear that June 17th level, then it's going to be targeting the March to June level, which is even higher range, because check this out. Went up, went tested again, consolidated again, went up and down, blah, blah, blah. So this May to June, or what was it? March to June level. It's just, I would assume that's going to happen if we see some better movement here on the daily. I mean, the daily's already closed above this. So that was a good one. What else we got? Euro USD. This is another interesting one. Oh, okay. I'm getting them confused. So the June 17th level for Euro USD went up, went down. It's kind of floating around. If we can see that close concisely, because on the daily it just peaked above it. Then that's going to hit that May 29th level. That's what we're targeting. We've been long on this for a minute as the USD carry trade unwinds. So yeah, that's about it. Be updating you on anything that breaks out, and we're just kind of waiting around, seeing where gold takes us. Got a couple signals we're going to enter in. Should be a pretty easy morning. Not much going on. We know what to do, and it's just a boring business. See you later.